6 amazing inventions people initially laughed at. Even with today's standards, it's hard to predict if a new invention or discovery will turn out to be a hit or a dud. We can't tell if something will actually make a huge impact or will just go in the back of the drawers, never to be mentioned again. Needless to say, a lot of successful inventions today had actually started off on the wrong foot. They were received with skepticism and even suffered public ridicule. But through time, these fruits of ingenuity became wildly popular, with some even becoming a necessity in modern-day living. Today we're going to look at these important inventions that had once been doubted but turned out to be very useful and essential. Number 6. Cheeseburgers. What a way to start this list off with food. A lot of food historians credit Lionel Sternberger as the one who introduced the first cheeseburger in 1926. Others refute the claims. Regardless, the notion of putting beef together with cheese in between 2 sliced breads was regarded at first as nothing but a pure Californian food novelty. In 1938, the New York Times ranked the Californian burger as 3rd on their list of remarkable burgers, along with nut burgers, pork burgers, and turkey burgers. Times went on to describe Sternberger's creation as bizarre. You don't need to guess which burger variety is still being served and loved by millions worldwide today. Number 5. Laptops? There's a fat chance that you're watching this video from your laptop, but did you know that this portable type of computer was once thought of as a fad? In 1985, consumer tech experts think that despite its promising features, like portability and full functionality, laptops were nothing but a trend that would soon fade out in the public's consciousness. There was no way that a heavy, pricey equipment such as this would make it into the mainstream. The poor battery life made it even worse. The argument then pointed out these limitations, which discouraged people to use it and make it part of their daily lives. Instead of straining themselves trying to bring these bulky gadgets on the beach or on the train, people would rather have a newspaper or a book at hand. Needless to say, it only took a few years for the laptops to become extremely practical. With the advancement of microprocessors, battery types, and hardware materials, laptops became faster, lighter, thinner, more powerful, and more durable. Number 4. Coffee. According to history, the Sufi Muslims were the first documented group of people to have consumed coffee as a beverage to help them stay awake during their nighttime devotions. When the drink was brought and introduced into the Middle Eastern society, it was deemed miraculous, since people found more time to get creative and discuss ideas. Later in the 1500s, people began to shun the delicious elixir for various reasons. Some thought that coffee induced a form of drunkenness, while others complained how it could make them become sleepless for days. There were also people who thought that drinking coffee can cause certain common diseases. We've come a long way since. We've learned to properly portion what we're consuming. Coffee is by far one of the healthiest drinks that man has ever concocted, and we really can't imagine life without it, let alone waking up in the morning without having a sip of its warm goodness. Number 3. Liquid nail polish. In the early 1900s, Q-Tex came up with the first liquid nail polish. Like the rest of inventions and discoveries on this list, it took a long while for this type of nail polish to hit the mainstream. The new product earned criticisms from several renowned fashion figures like Viola Paris, who said in an article of Vogue that the new invention couldn't really come at par with the existing nail polish materials such as powder and paste. Others say that the popularity of the liquid nail polish would soon fade out like the wind. While others may not share the same kind of enthusiasm, it cannot be denied that liquid nail polish has become an enduring fancy even today. Number 2. Automobiles. The New York Times once called the automobile an impractical invention, and they had a few good points to back their argument. First was its hefty price tag. We never know exactly how much they cost before the publication predicted that it would become more expensive through time. What made it worse then were the early proposals to transform the country's transportation system to cater to the new invention. It may sound ridiculous, but in 1902, the Steel Roads Committee of the Automobile Club of America proposed to make a steel highway system. It was never expected for the car to make it big on the fast lane, but it sure did. Along came Henry Ford, who perfected the system of mass production. With more cars being spewed from his factory, the supply increased and the price came down. It even helped that Ford imposed the idea of giving factory workers the day off. This encouraged families to go into excursions on the countryside or at the beach. And what a better way to get there but by riding a car. Soon enough, automobiles became the dominant form of transportation. And number 1. Postit Notes. This cute and colorful scribbling paper pads were once a victim of corporate mishap. A man named Spencer Silver was working to develop a stronger type of adhesive for 3M in 1968. He came up way too short and instead invented the opposite. What he discovered was an adhesive that stuck to objects but could be peeled off easily. Looking to capitalize on the newfound formula, Silver proposed the potential uses for the so-called weak glue to 3M. For years, he kept on courting the company to utilize the adhesive, but he got declined every time. Luck changed for the chemist when a colleague named Art Fry discovered the practicality of Silver's glue. Fry used the adhesive to hold the page of his hymn book, to which his bookmarks failed to do so. By adding the mild adhesive to paper bookmarks, Fry made the first form of Postit Notes. 3M eventually agreed to manufacture and distribute the Postit Notes in 1980, and it has since become an indispensable office and school supply. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.